Hi everyone, we're going to continue our study of experiments and how to create and write about all these different experiences with CER conclusions and validity. So first part about our conclusions here is our CER conclusions is going to be what did we learn from the lab. So this is going to be talked about after the lab has been performed. And the first step in our CER is going to be our claim. So our claim is the statement about the results of the investigation. So a claim here is going to be one sentence that answers the question that we were investigating. It concludes all the stuff that we've been talking about, and most important here is the relationship between our dependent and independent variables. So when we write our claim, it's just one sentence that really sums it all up. So sums up what the experiment was about and what we saw with our results. Next, we have our evidence. Our evidence is that scientific data that was collected. So this portion we're actually putting in numbers. So I'm going to add here, we're going to put in numbers into our evidence section here. So again, we're using the data that supports our claim. And we have to make sure that we have enough data to actually support that claim. If we do not, then we might have to talk about a lot more errors and things like that. Or we might have to refute our hypothesis initially. And then the last part of our CER is going to be reasoning. So this is where we're using our scientific knowledge to support that claim and evidence. So this shows how or why the data is the evidence that supports our claim. So if we think about back to the example that we used with the fertilizer, we are going to create a little conclusion here with some data. So if we make a data table for our experiment, let's have our table first. So we have our control. Let's do 5 grams of fertilizer, 10 grams, and 15 grams. So this is our data table that we used. And say here we grew 10 centimeters, 12, 14, and 17 centimeters. So here's our data that we collected from our investigation. So let's start making our CER conclusion about this. So let's start with our claim. So our claim here, if we take a look at our data, we saw as that fertilizer increased, also the amount of height that the plant got increased. So our claim could be the more fertilizer used, the taller the plant grew. So that's our claim. The more fertilizer used, the taller the plant grows. Okay, so we have that information. Now we need some evidence. So our evidence here, we have to use our numbers. So what we see here in the control group, the plant grew 10 centimeters, but when 15 grams of fertilizer was added, the plant grew 17 centimeters. Okay, so that's the evidence that we're using to support our claim here. And then finally, our last one is our reasoning. So our reasoning is taking that background information about everything that we learned and applying it here. So we know that fertilizer has nutrients, it has food to bring into our equation here. So the support is fertilizer has nutrients and food that plants need to grow. When these nutrients are added, the plant will grow taller. Okay, so if we put all of these together, we have our claim: the more fertilizer used, the taller the plant grew. We have our evidence: in the control group, the plant grew 10 centimeters, but when 15 grams of fertilizer was added, the plant grew 17 centimeters. Clear and dry, here's our data. Fertilizer has nutrients and food that plants need to grow. When these nutrients are added, the plant will grow taller. So those are the 3 steps that we have to take through. Sometimes this will be longer, but sometimes that is enough to support our answer. So finally, we're going to talk about validity. And this is, was your procedure valid or not? So this is going to be another thing that we add to our writing. So part of this is going to be 1, first step, describe and explain any errors that occurred with the procedure. So errors occur all the time in experiments, so it's really important to distinguish what those are. Within those, you're going to how did these errors impact the data collected? And then how would you fix those errors in the next experiment? So again, it's really thinking about how you can improve in the future and how you can get better results next time, or redo the entire experiment to kind of take out those errors and see if it affects the experiment as well. Okay, so this is going to be all of our scientific writing information that we are going to see here. If we have any questions, please let me know.